Couple of those.
You do have a couple of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, good advice. Danielle joins us now with a look at the weather. We knew it was going to be warm, and it was even warmer than that.
Even warmer than expected. So I was forecasting a high of 5. We got to 9 today. So, hey, there we go. You like the warmer temperatures. Today's one of those days. There was still some chilly parts of today where it still felt a little chilly when the winds picked up here and there. But at this point at the airport, the winds are relatively calm, just out of the east at 7 kilometers per hour, and we're now sitting at 2 degrees, and that sun has set. Okay, downtown, base temperature also 2 degrees, but a bit of a difference when you look at the rest of the city. Big Four Motors, Calgary's original Jeep store and more in Tizah Park, is sitting close to -4 at the moment. So a little bit going on up and down here with regards to temperatures. Temperatures have been all over the place today. Now gusts continuing out of the west at 40 kilometers per hour for the evening, calming down for tomorrow, likely a high of 5 with a good chunk of sunshine.
We had that story earlier in the newscast about all the people traveling through the airport. Yes, there's lots of that. That's weather dependent, but also people are driving in all 4 directions right now.
Right, and for Alberta, southern Alberta, for the most part, it's looking really nice for commuting as we go through these next few days right up until Christmas.
Sounds great.
Especially in and around Calgary. No real active weather except for Saturday night into Sunday morning. I'll show you that here in just a moment. Capital Chev's Skycam, the sun is set on quite a warm day. Yes, we're almost at Christmas time. And we got to a high of 9 today in Calgary. We are at this point, temperatures have dropped off. The winds have switched directions out of the east now. And so we don't have the Chinook winds anymore to carry those temperatures up. So we're sitting at 1 degree in Calgary and in Banff. 1 as well in Cranbrook. But check this out. Drumheller -13, Brooks -11, Medicine Hat -7. So it's taking some time for this warm air, this Chinook weather to creep into areas off to the east. It will get there. We will warm up, but that's not for today. Out east. Okay, when we look at maximum wind gusts, predominantly out of the west, and again, that's why the temperatures have been getting so warm in all of these communities. So 56 kilometers per hour was the maximum gust in Lethbridge, 76 for Pincher Creek. We talked about this being quite a windy corridor once again for today, and 41 for Calgary. So right on par with what was expected for today, and it should be a little calmer for tomorrow. But temperatures will still be warm tomorrow for most communities, and that warm weather will start to shift further off to the east as well. Okay, you can see what's happening in the mountains here. Some of this moisture will make its way over from this system off to the west right now. So we will start to see that mixed precipitation Saturday night into early Sunday morning. For the most part, it will be while you're sleeping. So I'm going to give you the timeline here, and as we go through the rest of today, it's quiet. Couple isolated pockets of showers along the QE2 is possible in the overnight hours into like tonight into Saturday morning, but likely you won't see any of that because it will be in the overnight hours. Now, Saturday for the most part should be mainly sunny, Calgary and south, but in the afternoon it will start to cloud over. And then Saturday night, late Saturday night is when we start to get snow for the mountains, rain and that mixed precipitation for Calgary and areas to the south of Calgary and along the Trans-Canada as well and to the south. This is looking at mixed precipitation here, so the roads may be a little slick as well. That should be out though by the early morning hours, and then we'll see the sun start to creep back in Sunday afternoon. So not a whole lot of active weather in the longer range forecast. Capital Chev 5-day forecast showing you 5 degrees for a high tomorrow for the first official day of winter. And again, we'll get a good chunk of sunshine, but it may take some time for those clouds to make their way out in the morning hours. 4 degrees on Sunday. We may have some showers in the early morning hours. 5 on Monday, 4 on Tuesday, Christmas Day. At this point, looking like +5.
I just want to say your 5-day forecast is a really good poker or cribbage hand.
Thank you. I accept Christmas gifts over here.
Oh, okay.
You can leave them there.
Just as long as you got one for me.
A little one. All right. 1 degree is the current temperature. Oh boy, it says today's high is -8. This is very incorrect here. Today's high was +9. +9. And we may even get to 9 a couple days in these next 5 days, but most likely we're looking at 5 degrees for the first official day of winter tomorrow. 4 and 5 is what will range around for the rest of this week and early next week. Christmas Day 5, Ian.
Bring Danielle in now. Well, the good news is no one trying to travel for Christmas should be delayed by poor weather, at least not from this end.
Not from this end, yeah. For most communities in BC and in the prairies, we're looking at quiet weather for the next few days for travel, except for the coast. BC coast, southern interior, a little dicey for higher elevations. We'll talk all about this in a little bit in the show, but for now, +1. And for us here in Calgary, yes, we are looking at quiet weather for the rest of this week and early next week. Winds just out of the south at 6 kilometers per hour. So we did lose the winds from the west, so temperatures have plummeted pretty quickly here. We did get to a high of 9 today. Tomorrow, a high of at least 5, good chunk of sunshine. I'll show you how long this warmer weather will last in just a little bit, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. Let's bring Danielle back in now as we look ahead to our 5-day forecast. It's pretty good.
Pretty toasty, Tara. See how I did that with the teas? We are looking at the warm weather. And in fact, the warm weather hasn't made its way further east yet, but you'll notice a difference. For communities further off to the east, you'll notice warmer air creeping in for tomorrow. But at this point, it's -13 in Drumheller and Brooks, -7 in Medicine Hat. At the freezing mark in Calgary, but we did get to a high of 9 degrees today. We dropped fast, though, since the early afternoon hours because we lost that wind out of the west over the last few hours. Now, when we look at maximum wind gusts for today, 41 kilometers per hour was the maximum wind gust in Calgary today. Will likely be calmer with regards to the wind in Calgary for tomorrow, but it will still be this gusty for Pincher Creek to Lethbridge. So Lethbridge potentially up to 70 kilometer per hour gusts, Pincher Creek up to 80. And Medicine Hat looking at 40 kilometer per hour gusts along with Calgary for tomorrow. So calm for the most part outside of that corridor from Pincher Creek over to Lethbridge. Okay, we do have this system that's moving through BC right now. Some of this will spill over to our side of the Rockies. However, when you look at the timeline, it will be mainly overnight and into very early tomorrow morning. So if you're up early and out early, you may have to deal with it. But let me give you the timeline here. Overnight tonight, it's quiet on the Alberta side. But as I advance this, you can see for Saturday night. So Saturday morning, okay, but then Saturday night, let me show you what you're looking at here. So we're looking at that spillover Saturday night into early Sunday morning. And that's when we have the potential for snow for the Banff area and Canmore. And for Calgary down the Trans-Canada, you can see the pink here. There's the potential for freezing rain. Calgary in through Brooks, potentially even Lethbridge and over to Medicine Hat, an area south of Medicine Hat. So overnight hours, Saturday night into early Sunday morning is when we will be dealing with that. Outside of that, though, we're looking at quiet weather, just windy at times. And temperatures will remain mild for the rest of this week and through much of next week as well. So your Capital Chev 5-day forecast showing you 5 degrees for tomorrow, the first official day of winter, 4 degrees for Sunday, 5 for Monday, and still holding on to that 5 or 4, even likely as we head into Christmas Day on Wednesday. Capital Chev Skywatch camera on a much warmer evening than what we've had for really the rest of this week. And this warm weather, it's a long stretch of it. So it's the rest of this week and much of next week as well, with daytime highs above the freezing mark, including Christmas. At least that's what it looks like right now. Okay, currently we are sitting at the freezing mark, but our daytime high was 9 degrees today, so even above what was expected. I was going for about 5-6 degrees. And we got to 9. -2 is what is normal for this time of year, and the record high for this day, 13.9 from 1954. Okay, radar and satellite, you can see the system that's tracking through. We're going to get one of these waves spill over. That will be Saturday night in through early Sunday morning, and that could give us some freezing rain, some rain, and even a rain-snow mix. Again, late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. This system, though, is creating that westerly flow. So gusty, but if you can see here, very gusty in Pincher Creek, 80 kilometers per hour, 56 for Lethbridge. You can expect those same wind gusts tomorrow as well. Calgary, 41 kilometers per hour. Will tone down in Calgary for tomorrow, but Medicine Hat will pick up to 41 kilometer per hour gusts. Checking out temperatures right now, you can see it's warm off to the west. Warm in Calgary and down through Lethbridge, but still quite cold further to the east. Drumheller is sitting at -13 right now. You'll notice a difference in Drumheller tomorrow. So 5 degrees in Kamloops, 4 for Kelowna and Salmon Arm with showers. Edmonton -3, Olds 1, Coronation -4, Drumheller -3, so huge improvement. Medicine Hat +2 and Lethbridge 8. So a mild day for all tomorrow. Capital Chev 10-day trend showing you 5 degrees for tomorrow for our first official day of winter, and we're holding on to that 5 or 4 degree range even as we head into Christmas Day on Wednesday, Tara.
Thank you. That's very exciting. Good for them. That is awesome.
I think it's great for Circle K to do something like this right off.
Absolutely.
Terrific. Yeah. Well, we're heading into the last weekend before Christmas, Danielle.
Yeah, well, lots of people going on vacation. So a lot of people want to know the weather. And if you're remaining in Calgary, then you're dealing with this. So mild weather for the first official day of winter tomorrow. High of 5, 4 for Sunday. Will range between 5 and 4. I did just update Wednesday, Christmas Day, to 3. With the latest model runs and all that kind of stuff. Originally, it was looking like 2 earlier this week. We'll say about 3, okay?
That's pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
like it.
Okay. Weather window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, and Alberta's climate. And in the spirit of the season, here we go. Stasia, I believe, Syme sent us in zoo lights with the city in the background. This is when we had the foggier nights and the cold nights. Pretty cool, hey?
That looks great. Still time to go see it, I'm sure. Thanks for your company tonight. Have a terrific evening and a great weekend.